Good evening, I'm Scott Beadle. Thanks for joining ABC31 News tonight. Storms rock central Louisiana. The weather is our top story. Let's get the latest now from meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Hey, we're looking at our almanac for today. Temperatures much cooler than average, only 68 degrees. We should be around 87 for this time of year, and that's thanks to all of the cloud cover and the rain that is moving in. Only picked up 5/100ths of an inch so far, but we do have plenty of rain moving in, thunderstorms throughout the area. Flash flood watches in place throughout the area as well until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, because some of these thunderstorms could produce very locally heavy rain, maybe even upwards of an inch per hour out of some of these thunderstorms. This is going to be slowly moving throughout the area as we go into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. Scott?
Thank you, Ross. Today, the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement agencies start their Click It or Ticket campaign.
It is a proven fact that wearing a seatbelt does prevent injuries in car crashes. It's something that is a primary stop violation. In other words, if we see someone and they don't have a seatbelt on, we can stop them for that without having any other reason to stop them.
And he adds, police will not hesitate to issue a citation to anyone who breaks the law. A former state representative and state official from central Louisiana has died from brain cancer. Al Ader of Concordia Parish died last night in a Houston hospice. He was first elected to the State House in 1983, served 9 years before returning to private life. He became an interim Secretary of State after Hurricane Katrina and is credited with carrying out statewide elections under some challenging circumstances. He was 63. Pineville police arrest an Alexandria man for kidnapping and attempted armed robbery after the victims collided with a state police car to get help. Police say 48-year-old Quentin Whitby jumped into the back of a car Friday afternoon on Military Highway and ordered the driver to leave. They say the driver saw the trooper and swerved in hopes of getting his attention, but hit the police unit. Officers say Whitby fled and was located a short time later inside a Taco Bell on Military Highway. Alexandria police say an early morning shooting over the weekend on Lee Street has resulted in the death of a 36-year-old man. His identity is not being released yet, but police say he was the driver of a vehicle and had suffered fatal wounds to his abdomen. 25-year-old Frederick James of Alexandria reportedly robbed a man who was walking home from a Jackson Street store and returned to the store the next day. Officers say they found him in possession of crack cocaine and say he later lied to them during the booking process. Officers say 20-year-old Kendall Allen appeared to be arrested while drunk. Alexandria police reportedly found him asleep inside his car on North Mall Drive. They say they found a baby bottle filled with illegal pills and that he had a gun. He is charged with possession and illegal carry. 3 people are arrested on drug charges in Grant Parish, including one accused of dealing. 34-year-old Christopher LeBlanc of Dry Prom was arrested for possession of crystal meth with the intent to distribute, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a parole violation. 27-year-old April Franklin of Winfield and 29-year-old Melody Barnett of Pineville were also arrested for drug possession and parole violations. A former Rapides Parish police juror was arrested early Sunday morning for a 3rd offense DWI and several other offenses. Alexandria police say 59-year-old Richard Lee Nunnally of Alexandria was stopped on Everest Street, driving a motorcycle and not wearing a helmet. He's also charged with driving left of center and no insurance. Police say when they stopped him, they noticed signs of intoxication. The USS Alexandria, named for our city, is back home in San Diego after a 6-month deployment to the Western Pacific. The Los Angeles class fast attack sub spent almost 200 days on deployment and traveled more than 45,000 nautical miles. 33 crew members earned their qualifications, known as Dolphins, during that deployment. The sub was commissioned in June 1991 and has a crew of around 140 sailors. The monthly North Rapids Business and Industry Alliance meeting welcomed Stephen Waguespack as their keynote speaker today. Waguespack is the leader of the Louisiana Association of Business and Industry. He addressed the current state of the legislative session and issues facing area businesses.
Where we're at right now is there's a couple weeks left in session, and the House has passed a budget, which basically says, listen, we're going to fund the government this year at 97.5% of last year's number. So that's their way of saying, listen, in a tough economic environment, we're asking government to take about 2% off of last year's spending. The Senate and the administration thus far is not like that plan, and they're pushing for new revenue. And so that balance is what's going to happen over the next 2 weeks. Obviously, from our concern, we're asking for politicians to just give the economy a break for a second. We've changed the tax code every 6 months for the last couple of years. We've gone back and back for more taxes each and every time. It's time for government to take a little breath, reduce some of their spending, reform some of their structures, let this economy breathe a little bit.
The Louisiana legislative session ends on June 8th, and historically, a majority of legislative action occurs during the last 2 weeks of the session. The much anticipated Little Walter Music Festival is coming to downtown Alexandria this weekend.
Well, so we have a lot of great music. Friday night, Nikki Hill out of New Orleans, Mr. Sip, the Mississippi Blues Child. He's been a favorite of the festival for a few years now, and we're excited to have him in a much longer time slot on Friday night. Lots of great acts on Saturday, including the James Boogaloo Bolden Band with Kenny Neal and Billy Branch, both amazing harmonica players. And rounding out the night was Sundance Head, who was, of course, the winner of season 11's The Voice television show. He was on Team Blake. And so we're excited to have him come to town, and his family's coming with him, and it's going to be a great, great festival and great time.
The 5th annual Little Walter Music Festival will kick off Friday at 5:30 p.m. at the Downtown Amphitheater. The festival will continue on Saturday morning with a free harmonica workshop and, of course, lead into the evening with more music. For more information, you can visit littlewaltermusicfestival.com. Over the weekend, River Oaks had its Men Who Cook and Men Who Mix fundraiser. Local food enthusiasts, chefs, and guys who simply love to cook prepared their favorite food and drink recipes for taste testing.
So this is a bacon and peach tart with goat cheese. It's all locally sourced ingredients. The recipe is just something that I've known for quite a while. I kind of collaborated with a friend to do it. The tart itself is made from Inglewood soft red winter wheat that we ground in a flour. And then it's goat cheese is the only thing we purchased from the store. We got peaches from Rustin Orchards, which we just made into like a peach jam, topped it, and then we candied Inglewood Berkshire pork bacon.
This event is one of River Oaks' largest annual fundraisers. Still ahead tonight, during his visit to the Middle East, President Trump gives a message of unity while the possible Russian collusion investigation continues back home. Plus, tragedy at a Maryland university, where police are trying to determine whether an unprovoked attack that killed a ROTC member was racially motivated. Details next on ABC31 News.
In honor of all the brave men and women who gave their lives to protect our country, we remember our fallen heroes. We feel pride and we pay tribute to their sacrifices. We proudly salute our brave soldiers and express our gratitude to all those who laid down their lives to safeguard our nation. It's a time to honor America's heroes. A Memorial Day message brought to you by Indian Motorcycle of Alexandria on Coliseum Boulevard.
President Trump is on his second stop on a 9-day trip overseas. He's now in Israel in pursuit of what he calls the ultimate deal, Middle East peace. But the political controversies in Washington are following the president overseas. ABC's Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
As President Trump takes in the sights and mingles with world leaders in Saudi Arabia and Israel on this 9-day foreign trip, he can't seem to leave behind the controversy over Russia. Before the trip, President Trump reportedly revealed highly classified intelligence to Russian officials that is believed to have come from Israel.
Just so you understand, I never mentioned the word or the name Israel. Never mentioned it during that conversation.
The president essentially confirming that Israel provided the highly classified intel, which might have put lives at risk. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu still all smiles.
Intelligence cooperation is terrific.
According to the New York Times, at that same Oval Office meeting, the president told Russian officials, quote, "I just fired the head of the FBI. He was crazy, a real nut job. I face great pressure because of Russia." That's taken off.
Russia has bad motives toward the U.S., past, present, and future.
Those motives are at the center of a federal probe into Russia's meddling in the U.S. presidential election last year. And Mr. Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, is now refusing to testify before Congress. Flynn pleading the Fifth Amendment and not handing over documents to the Senate panel leading the investigation. During a campaign rally last year, then candidate Trump had this to say.
If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
Former FBI Director James Comey is set to tell his side of the story to Congress in a public hearing sometime after Memorial Day. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
North Korea says it's ready to deploy and start mass producing a new medium-range missile capable of reaching Japan and major U.S. military bases there, following a test launch that it claims confirmed the missile's combat readiness. The missile flew about 310 miles and reached a height of 350 miles before plunging into the Pacific Ocean. Now to a tragedy at the University of Maryland. A student is charged with stabbing a soldier to death. The FBI is investigating what officials say was an unprovoked attack that could be racially motivated. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the latest.
We've come upon information within the last 12 hours that concerns us quite a bit with regard to motive.
University of Maryland police and the FBI investigating the gruesome killing of a Bowie State University senior visiting friends in College Park on that fateful night. Authorities now believe 22-year-old Maryland student Sean Christopher Urbanski committed a hate crime. Police discovering Urbanski belonged to a Facebook group called the Alt-Right Nation.
Shows extreme bias against women, Latinos, members of the Jewish faith, and especially African Americans.
Friends of 23-year-old Richard Collins III say they were waiting with him for an Uber around 3 a.m. on Saturday when Urbanski approached, pulled out a knife, and stabbed Collins in the chest. Collins was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital.
He loved his family, he loved people, and he loved God. And we're in shock.
A grim shadow cast over what was supposed to be a celebratory weekend.
We are all in shock.
University of Maryland students and faculty pausing at commencement for a moment of silence to honor the slain soldier. Collins, an active ROTC member just commissioned to the Army Thursday, was set to graduate college this week.
This was a good kid. He was going places.
Bowie State University will hold a vigil for Collins tonight. As for Urbanski, he is set to be arraigned on murder charges this afternoon. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Dramatic video shows the moment a gas station facade comes falling on top of a firefighter in Iron Mountain, Michigan. This happened Saturday. Fire officials say 2 firefighters were hurt in that blaze. Amazingly, both of them are said that they will be okay. It's not clear what caused that building to go up in flames. A lot of attention is being given to a video that captured a terrifying moment between a wild sea lion and a girl in British Columbia. This YouTube video has garnered millions of views since Saturday. The girl is amused at first by the sea lion, but as you saw there moments later, as she sits next to the water's edge, the sea lion comes back, this time grabbing her dress, dragging her into the water. Without hesitation, a family member jumps in to save her. While rare, sea lions have attacked humans before, typically when we get too close. Experts say in most cases, people are the problem.
You should not think these are just characters out of a Disney movie. They're not pets. They're wild animals. They've got teeth. They can bite.
Marine mammal researchers say people wouldn't let their children feed a bear up close, and the same should go for a sea lion and other wild animals. That is generally good advice, if you're visiting a national park or something. Keep some distance because these are wild animals. They can be unpredictable.
Yeah, they're aggressive. That video kind of shocked me the first time I saw it too. Wow, that's pretty crazy. We got flash flood warnings in place until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we're going to watch more rain moving in throughout the week and maybe even spoiling Memorial Day weekend. Of course, we'll have the details on that coming up just a little bit.
KLAX TV has been giving away great prizes month after month. Now, we're giving you a chance to win a $500 gift card to spend at Clark Dunbar Flooring Superstore. That's right, $500 courtesy of Clark Dunbar and KLAX TV. Visit us online on Facebook, on Twitter, and click register and get ready to win. Enter daily, share the post to increase your chances of winning. It's time to win from KLAX TV and Clark Dunbar Flooring Superstore.
I'm meteorologist Ross Willey. Looking at our high temperatures across the state today, much cooler than our average, only getting to 68 in Alexandria and 66 in Natchez, 69 in Leesville. Lake Charles, a little bit warmer. They had a little more sunshine down to our south today before the rain showers moved in. Temperatures getting up into the 70s. Currently watching rain showers all across the state, even some thunderstorms starting to move in. And you notice these are very slow moving. This is a satellite and radar loop going from early this afternoon to present time, and you see they haven't moved a whole lot, which is why the flash flood warnings are in place, or watches I should say are in place, because any of these thunderstorms can kind of just move into our area and just sit there for a while. So currently we've only picked up 5/100ths of an inch of rain, but we're going to see more of that rain as we go into the overnight hours before this system kicks on out of here, and it will be early in the morning by the time we get that rain to move out of here. 67 degrees and rain currently in Alexandria at the airport, and the dew point's at 66. So about 100% relative humidity, and the rain out there causing the visibility to be down around 4 miles as well. Looking at our weather headlines for the rest of the night and to tomorrow morning, we're going to have cooler conditions persisting and some thunderstorms around, rain throughout most of the night as well. Looking forward to tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies as we get into the afternoon. Be pleasant, less humid than today. There's still a slight chance we could pick up an isolated shower, and then storms returning for the holiday weekend. Definitely a possibility, and we'll keep a close eye on that as we get closer. Our surface map for tomorrow, you see we're kind of wedged right in between two areas of rain. So the rain that we saw today and tonight moving on out, and then another area of rain just off to our west, and that's what we'll be watching for tomorrow night. So we could see those isolated showers picking up as we get into the early evening and early overnight hours for tomorrow. Forecast lows tonight all around 62, 63 degrees, not too far from where we are now. 60% chance of rain for the rest of the night. And then tomorrow we'll probably see sun at some point in time. I can't promise you when, but it will be out at some point in time. Temperatures warming up much warmer, 78, 79 degrees throughout our area, and then a 30% chance of rain showers as we get into the afternoon especially. So we still have the scattered showers and thunderstorm chances for 7 a.m. and then shower chances as we get into the afternoon as another area of rain will be trying to move on in. Our extended forecast tomorrow, cloudy, much warmer, 78 degrees. Then we get the sunshine going as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. And then yes, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will keep the chance of thunderstorms in the forecast. Temperatures much warmer for the holiday weekend too, in the upper 80s, near 90 degrees. So return to the heat, back where we should be for this time of year. And that's a look at your weather. Scott?
All right, thank you, Ross. Coming up in sports, the LSU softball team keeps their season alive, while the La Tech baseball team prepares for Conference USA tournament play.
Rod Serling created The Twilight Zone in 1959. Serling frequently used the show's premise of ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances to examine real-world issues, such as censorship.
You are obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Racism.
It's important to get with the majority, isn't it?
And war.
How many men have to die before you're satisfied?
These stories, submitted for your approval, can only be found in The Twilight Zone.
Watch MeTV Alexandria over the air on Channel 31.2.
Who would have thought that our Louisiana Tech Lady Techsters could push the country's #1 team to the brink of elimination? Well, that's exactly what happened on Sunday, but despite La Tech's success, their season has come to an end. La Tech trailed the Golden Gophers 2-1, but down to their last strike, Tariah Page lifted this deep fly ball out to right to send the game into extra innings on Sunday in their regional. The Gophers would eventually score 3 runs in the 9th to put the Lady Techsters to bed. Presley Galloway fired 6 1/3 innings and allowed just 2 runs to keep La Tech's season alive. The Lady Texter season comes to a close with a record of 38-24. Look at that guy. He's pretty happy. Alabama would later go on to claim the regional by defeating the Gophers in the championship game. Whereas the Louisiana Tech women's softball season came to an end, the LSU Tigers, they play on. The Tigers disposing of Louisiana Lafayette today in the regional championship game 5-1. Freshman Sydney Springfield socked a 2-run home run to jumpstart the Tiger offense after LSU had fallen behind by 1 in the first. The Tigers will now advance to Super Regional play. They'll visit the Florida State Seminoles in Tallahassee beginning on Friday evening on ESPNU. The winner of the 3-game series will advance to the Women's College World Series. The Louisiana Tech baseball team is now set for Conference USA tournament play. That gets underway on Wednesday. The Bulldogs wrapped up a weekend trip to Murfreesboro, where the Bulldogs dropped 2 of 3 to a Blue Raider team that sits 7 games under 500. La Tech erupted for 19 runs on Saturday in their victory before blowing a late 4-run lead in the series finale Saturday night to lose in walk-off fashion. Next up for the Bulldogs is the first National Bank Association Conference USA Championships in Biloxi, Mississippi. That is a mouthful. The Dogs will square off with Charlotte Wednesday right around 7:30, give or take, on ESPN3. LSU right fielder Greg Dykman and pitcher Alex Lang have been named to the 2017 First Team All-SEC squad. Dykman hitting .320 this season, ranks second in the SEC, 17 long balls, and third in the league with 63 runs batted in. Lang, the right-hander from Lee's Summit, Missouri, leads the SEC in strikeouts with 111. The junior 7-5 on the year. He boasts a 2.79 earned run average. Shortstop Kramer Robertson, his hot streak late in the season was good enough to earn him second-team honors. Robertson batting .367 over the Tigers' last 14 games. All in all, 8 Tigers were recognized in some fashion by the SEC. You can call it Grand Theft Taco. The 101st running of the Indianapolis 500 comes up Sunday, and pole sitter Scott Dixon and former driver Dario Franchitti were robbed at gunpoint Sunday night in Indianapolis. Dixon, his wife Emma, and Franchitti were in the drive-thru of a Taco Bell restaurant when 2 armed teenage males approached their car and demanded their wallets. The suspects fled on foot. Police, they were able to locate both suspects, take them into custody. Nobody was hurt. The robbery occurred just hours after Dixon put his car on the pole for Sunday's race with a qualifying lap that was clocked at over 232 miles per hour. And good thing he got that stuff over with, that robbery, early on in the week, so he can lock back in on the big race.
Yeah, definitely a little scary.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah.
Bride has a girls' night with her best friends who, as you can see, happen to be guys. The story behind these humorous photos, next on ABC31 News.
KLAX is the exclusive provider of ABC and MeTV programming here in Central Louisiana. We're the only station where you can watch new ABC programs like Dancing with the Stars, Designated Survivor, and Grey's Anatomy, just to name a few.
That's what family does. We take care of each other.
I'm proud of you. The warmth of your love.
And if classic TV programs like Bonanza, Andy Griffin, Batman, or Carol Burnett is more your style, then MeTV's the station for you. As an advertiser, you'll want your products and services presented to these loyal viewers. Our sales team is equipped to prove we can generate new customers and new revenue for your business.
I'll tell you what, it pays to advertise.
And we have a number of low-risk advertising programs designed to prove we work. Call our media consultant team today for a no-risk assessment on how we can help you grow your business. We're ready to prove we work.
A computer engineering student who says she doesn't have that many female friends got creative for her bridal shower. 24-year-old Rebecca Brantes Brazil says since her bridesmaids were actually all men, she decided it would be great fun to have a girls' night out with them before the big event. Among her bridal photos is a series of humorous snaps featuring her and all of her buds engaging in the bathrobe wearing, dress admiring, and beautifying that goes into a bride's preparations for the big day. She says it was a super fun night with plenty of pampering and cheap booze. Yeah, you don't usually see the photos of all the guys lined up with the cucumbers over the eyes. That's a little different.
I'd be eating the cucumbers if they were given to me. I'd be like, you want me to put this on my eye? I mean, I'm hungry, man, you know.
Just turn it into a little salad. Let's take one last look at our forecast.
Looking at the forecast, plenty of rain tonight. We'll see a couple lingering showers tomorrow morning, and then things warming up as we go throughout the rest of the week, and keeping a close eye on Memorial Day weekend. I know we all want to be outdoors, but might not get the chance.
All right, thanks, Ross. And thanks for watching. Have a great night.
When a case seems unsolvable, they see the incredible. Murder, motive, secrets. Bones Weekends.
Watch Bones weekends on KLAX ABC31. Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.